Welcome to the Cannabis Coffee Hour. It's a moody day today. You know, it's a moody day. I'm strumming my guitar. I'm playing my beat machine. I asked a couple people to do the podcast. People bowed out, man. People are bummed. New York isn't feeling it. Well, some people are. I don't know. I promised myself I wasn't going to talk about it. But you know, we got to do a podcast, man. I got some great coffee. I got some great herb. It's another day. It's another podcast. This is episode 295 of the Cannabis Coffee Hour. I got a guitar. I got my beat machine. I'm kind of laying low. I had an ear infection. I'll tell you all about that. Yeah, it's kind of a par for the core of what's happening these days. But I was kind of digging this. Oh, yeah. All right. It's another episode of the Cannabis Coffee Hour. As we go out there into the internet, in the future, beyond, beyond the future, beyond the now, beyond here right now is all we got, and all we got is this beat. And I know a couple chords. And I've been playing a lot of guitars, trying to stay off the internet. I went swimming. I've been swimming, and I got a little gym membership, and I was like, this is how I'm going to take on 2004 and 5, is I am going to go swimming. And as soon as I did it, I loved it so much. But then I got this crazy ear infection, man. I had to go to the doctor. I got some drops. So this might not be the longest podcast in the world, but I do have some funky beats, and I just wanted to just get on the mic and mess around and tell you about Cos Cafe. It's a great coffee house on Fifth Avenue in Brooklyn. If you're ever near the Barclays Center, a little bit further down, but it's in Park Slope. It's the Cos Cafe. It's probably one of the better cafes around. But I just got a bag of their Peruvian. It's a small business, and as we go forward, I do think small business, being kind, opening our heart, figuring out what to do, but not standing for any nonsense is kind of my vibe. But also just, I don't know, kind of feeling my way through it all. Just like you. Thank God I have some Harney Brothers cannabis. Harney Brothers, this is legal. I got this from the dispensary it's called Travel Agency. Jelly donuts, 60% sativa, 40% indica. Dog walkers, 5 pre-rolls. Just like all sun-grown. This is the same guy that makes all the teas. The Harney Brothers are not playing. I've talked about them before. But yeah, I highly recommend sun-grown fine cannabis, and definitely, medium roast. Peru, I know, has great coffee beans, as well as Puerto Rico. I'm definitely going to sample all kinds of coffee beans and all kinds of cannabis, but also, play with music, interview friends. This is it, 295, staying alive in 2024. It's not a bore. Podcast galore. We're here to explore all kinds of beats, all kinds of rhymes. I'm right on time because I'm doing the right thing to swing. This beat's got, look at this. Oh, well, okay, this is a little, I'm learning as I go along about the microphone and how some of this all works out. I do practice now and then. And I sampled a couple other beat synthesizers. This is the Roland T8. But it's awesome. Because I sampled some other shit and it wasn't as cool as this. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Shout out to all the black sheep, all the real weirdos out there. I don't know, man. I'm not going for it at all. But I'm just trying to ice it out, that's my move. But not be complacent. And I think, just trying to go hard in the paint and try to do the best job I can with the Cannabis Coffee Hour, be as inclusive. Shout out to all my gay brothers and sisters and cousins. It's just a weird time when, a second Trump comes in. I don't even want to say the cat's name. I'm done. But I do want to have fun. And it's only just on the Cannabis Coffee Hour. We got so many beats. We got so many places to go. So much great cannabis to smoke. And what it means to be human, what it means to be an artist, what it means to be alive in 2024. Podcast galore. I have a song about s'mores. You should check it out. It's on Spotify. It's been getting a lot of spins in Argentina. No lie. No cap. No cap. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. What we gonna do? Smoke one or two. Do a show now and then. Watch me mend my ear. Yeah, I went swimming last year. No, it was last week at the Y. Why? Because I'm trying to stay alive. Trying to stay alive, born in 1972. Don't talk me shit, man. I love swimming in the blue water. Water. The blue water. Yo, I swim like a frog Then I swim like a side log. Then I swim like a big fat hog, splashing around. Yeah, that's how I get down. Got a swimmer cap holding down my fro. Yeah, didn't you know? Can't have stray hairs going everywhere. Yo, there's all kinds of stairs. Yo, my stroke ain't that good. I'm just doing what I should to move my body around, and then I got an ear infection. Got some antibiotics, clean it up, lay on my side. Drip, 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 stay alive. Yeah, I'm cleaning up house. Yeah, I'm not scared of any mouse. Yo, I'll take you out, I'll stomp you. I got a big fat cat, he'll eat you, he'll haunt you. Yeah, I'm out here. Watch out. I'm playing guitar. Drinking coffee like a boss. Yeah, I'm not off work. I'm just trying to not be a jerk. But I still eat beef jerky. Yo, the tofu kind. I gotta be kind to my heart. Gotta fart every other day. Passing gas, passing your mama. Yeah, I don't want any drama. I'm just doing my thing. I know I got an original swing, and I like to sing. Ooh, yeah. Cannabis coffee hour. Really funky edition. Just having fun, 'cause it's weird out there. But we've been here before. Who's that knocking at your door? Hard work. Yeah, getting right back to it, making beats. Yeah. I'm trying to be unique. It doesn't need to be all hip hop. It doesn't need to be all this, all that. It doesn't have to be all about rock and roll. Guess what? I still got my funky soul. I get up, I get down, I listen to it all, crunch it up, then I feel my way around to another day. Oh yeah, it's sunny, let's play. Can you hear me? Oh yeah. Okay, I was just playing a little bit with the sounds. Yeah, so it's another day after the election vibe, and I'm just trying to feel my way back to reality a little bit. But it feels like some healing needs to be done, some ointment, some Tiger Balm, and some perspective on how to go about. But I am appreciative of New York legal cannabis here and Harney Brothers, and also all the amazing coffee everywhere, because that's how I'm going to plow through the next 10 years. Or not plow. I mean, you're lucky to make it another day. Hopefully everybody's awakening, getting woke. That's the original shit, It's just like knowing, it's not forever. Forever, ever, forever, check. I'm playing with this T4 reverb, and it's fun, but I don't know. I tried to take it up a notch, but I think I still need to practice and work on the beat machine. So I appreciate everybody listening. And I thought if you're, smoked out or, kind of vibing out, playing around with some beats and tones on the microphone and trying to do it new and not be so blue was kind of where I wanted to have this podcast be. But at the same time, it is a space just for me to get, just tell you about stand-up shows, and I am crafting a one-man show right now. I'm working on the different titles, and I if anybody's been following, 1972 was my last stand-up performance, like kind of package, like a one-man show. So just trying to figure out if I'm going to use that title and move forward. And if so, I think, just booking it, kind of like very simple. And go to all the towns. I mean, it's just like the pandemic fucked up going out on the road for me. But at the same time, I started acting more. And I have been, going out on auditions, so I dig it. And there's just so many funky viruses out there, during the pandemic, I just wasn't about that life. And you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's just the healing. It was like I had a weird foot thing, like my arches. I got to get I got these hoka shoes. But even after 10,000 steps, they're kind of blowing out on me. So I don't know. I gotta figure that out. So I went to the podiatrist, and I got a podiatrist lined up. But I also went to somebody that just like rubbed your feet, and I paid them. It's in New York, and I made sure it was legit. But it was just like I don't know about that experience, So now I tried to not go to the doctor and just go get a foot rub because my foot was hurting. But, healthcare is for real, man. You got to go to the real thing. Thank God everything's kind of lined up right now with that I can work that out. But you still got to go and figure it out and just take responsibility. And I have to say, meditating has helped me kind of... It doesn't solve the problem, but it helps me see it and then approach it without kind of wigging out. Ooh, that is some good coffee. I have to say, I still love coffee. Still love cannabis. It's a new day. There's a new president, but this podcast isn't about politics. It's more about music and me making some beats, doing some rhymes. I did some right there for a minute. I had some flows going, and smoking some cannabis, and just figuring, I have to say thank you very much to Shapeshifter Lounge and all the guests, Usama Siddiqui and Shanali Bomik. Both were amazing guests. And I had a couple people lined up, but people bowed out, and I was going to do a solo one at Shapeshifter, but with this ear infection, I was just like, I'll just, try to get to the doctor, figure that out, and then try to get on the mic before the weekend's done, and have some fun here on the Cannabis Coffee Hour number 295. Happy to be alive another day, another subscribe to the podcast, because we got to keep it going. You got to subscribe, but at the same time, I know this podcast is one of the best podcasts out there. Nobody has an echo box like that. No, there's a billion podcasts, so I appreciate anybody that's spending time on this podcast, and I do take it serious, and I do want to have more musicians and more cannabis people and more coffee people, and I do want to, that's why I thought, for this episode, small business here in Brooklyn, New York, Cos Cafe. They have a website. I'm telling you, the place is, probably some of the best small batch, and there's a bunch. I have to say, you can really nerd out with beats, you can really nerd out with cannabis, you can nerd out with coffee, and you can also nerd out with politics. You can nerd out. I don't nerd out. I'm kind of right in the middle of the road. I like what I like. I'm not too over the top with cannabis. I think, it's that Jamaica song, reggae song, one joint a day keeps the devil away. I'm more on that tip. And as I get into the future, I just want to experiment more with music in this podcast and kind of like combining the two. I got so many friends that are both in music and comedy, and everybody likes to play music or be funny. So, not everybody, but the cool people do. I was watching a Silver Surfer. I've been going into Animation Zone. An old Silver Surfer. It's on Disney Plus. But it was so sick. It was like the origin of Silver Surfer and this dude Galactus. And I never knew, I did go through a huge comic book phase. I remember I went to comic book conventions when I was like 12 and 13, and I remember seeing the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic book when it was like an underground comic. And there was actually something like the Kung Fu Hamsters right before them. There were like these indie comics that kind of just like blew up out of nowhere. I've seen so many things as I go on. It's kind of like, Taoism really does lend itself to just seeing things go really big and go back to being really small. I mean, we see it in nature and everything, and I think, some of the stuff blowing up to bigger proportions kind of show the darker sides, and maybe even they fall off. So, you know what I'm saying. Maybe not. I don't know what I'm saying. I know I'm having fun. And it's only just begun. Vodka sauce for the first time. Vodka sauce. Like there's regular spaghetti sauce and then there's vodka sauce. And I have to say, vodka sauce is winning out right now. I'm a big fan of it. Big fan of sourdough bread these days. Toast, sourdough bread. I made the most killer avocado toast yesterday. It was sourdough bread. Bread alone. It's the San Francisco bread alone bread. They have it at most grocery stores these days. And so toast that bad boy. And then I had a great avocado. I chopped that up. And then I took a red onion, chopped that, like diced that motherfucker. And drowned it in rice wine vinegar. I just have this little cup and I put it in rice wine vinegar, right? So you just get it like wet in vinegar, the onions and vinegar, and then cracked pepper, sea salt on the avocado toast, hit it with the onions, and then hit it with, I got this salmon, smoked salmon, and then I hit it with that. That was my dinner. Like I was just running. I grabbed some groceries and I know I had to make my own like meals for a minute. I just been like running and I knew avocado toast and I knew salmon. I always like salmon. I like smoked, anything smoked. I digged, smoked fish, smoked, double smoked salmon was this shit, man. I don't know why meat tastes so good smoked, but it does. Most things do. I had this like liquid smoke. It was like it would make things taste smoky. You can buy it like this stuff, which you could put it in some Kool-Aid or you could put it in some Gatorade, and you can have some smoky ass Gatorade, or you can just have a bottle of Gatorade and just take a big hit of weed and blow it in there and drink that. I've done them both, and they both work. For a good time. Yeah, lots of like I have to say this Dr. Bronner's, like the coconut lavender hand organic lotion, everything, all the Dr. Bronner's products I do like, but not like the stuff for the hair sometimes drain it out. But I do want to start messing with hemp seed a little bit more. I think I was doing like banana peanut butter smoothies for a minute. I still do like every morning. But for a minute, I had like this big pound bag of Costco hemp seed. And I was putting that in it. And it is just like kind of like really good nut protein. And it's especially good for your heart. Like I just think we haven't even delved into what being a human on Earth and working with nature truly is about. And that's what's, it's so beautiful out. I mean, I'm worried a little bit about, the environment. Cause I just want somebody like, we have to take care of Mother Earth. It just comes, I think with cannabis, it is like kind of, you get a little bit more in touch with nature, for me. But maybe that's just, my background and just the way I look at things. But, and the one thing that I know as you get older is quieting your mind, because there's so many distractions, and that's what's happening right now with all the internet, and including this podcast, which is so much fun. But I do think people are going to have to start being more mindful, or they do get brainwashed and just like, so, I'm kind of excited in terms of like the country and society embracing cannabis and embracing, you see more mocktails out there, not like super alcohol, there's blowbacks and yin and yang to the energy. But I do try to fare on the side of positivity, especially with my age, that it's like, yeah, it's just like it's all connected. And just working with a small universe is another thing, is like trying to stay centered and working within a small universe. And, playing the guitar has been just so much fun. So I appreciate you guys even entertaining. I'm trying to get a couple lessons, but who knows? I think maybe, I've released a couple songs. It's on the Caffeinated Dope Rhymes. You can get that on Spotify right now. You can listen to Coffee and Weed, which inspired this podcast, as well as a lot of things in my career. And also it just has been there. But at the same time, I see things as, you got to be aware of addiction and addiction personalities. But also at the same time, you don't want to name everything and just kind of roll with the flow. So I'm kind of trying to hang in the middle. And, that's where I've always been. And that's where home is. And, we're all finding our way back home. With the center, that's what I guess. I don't want to, talk about meditation too much. I did just want to get on the podcast and just say peace and love. And I appreciate we're going to do a ton more episodes. I'm gearing up. I'm figuring out a couple things in terms of doing the live episodes. The goal is eventually to go live stream. I don't want to talk it. I want to be it. But I love you. And shout out to Cos Cafe on 5th Avenue in Brooklyn. Check them out. KOSKAFFE. They have their own. When the spot has their own like roaster machine thing, I know it has a name. They have a really good one. It's like, kind of like the Jeep, or like, it's just like almost an antique piece of machinery, but they're all good. It's like pizza ovens. Like there's certain brands and certain ones that are, have an authentic good taste, or just a little bit better than everything else. So yeah, their beans are a little bit better than everything else. Anytime you go with, but this is kind of I was going to say, anytime you go with a small business, but Harney and Son, Harney Brothers, shout out to Back Home Cannabis. It's just a small, Will Libby, I love you. I tried some Back Home the other week. That's a great sun-grown. Harney and Brothers, a great sun-grown. These are all New York cannabis brands that you can check out as well, so when you're in town. So that's it for me. I'm going to sign off. I'll catch up with you on the next episode. And peace and love. But also, be yourself, and don't fake the funk. Don't fake the funk. Well, actually, you can, I'm not here to tell you what to do. You got to do, but that's what I'm doing. So I appreciate you getting funky with me on these post-election weird days. But 295, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be alive. And I keep on having fun playing the music, so I came back on the microphone and wanted to give a couple other shout outs. But that's it. That's it for me. Like, subscribe, be nice to your mom. I'll see you next time. Thank you.